Hey, Stacy.
How are you?
I am good. How are you doing?
I am here.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah, a lot going on family-wise, but I'm here.
Yeah, yeah.
How are you?
I am good.
Good.
Dealing with real estate starting to pick up. Got a few things in the pipeline. Supposed to have a closing yesterday that the other realtor, having to work around.
Oh, yeah, got it.
That's pretty normal, but life is good. Life is good.
Good.
It's really nice to know that I got people that just call me each week, want my real estate advice.
Yeah, yeah. I had a client just call. I worked with him last year. He just called, coming into town, gonna buy a house. All right, let's go. Let's get it.
Let's do it. Isn't that just beautiful?
Yeah, and then I had somebody else say, you sold a house or yeah, you sold a house in such and such neighborhood. Do you remember that? Mm, yeah. Okay.
I look at a
He
lot of
said,
houses.
yeah. And he said, I want to buy a house in that neighborhood. All right. So they're both coming to visit. I don't know, that's awesome. They're just
That-
calling me now, which is amazing.
yeah, yeah. That is. You mentioned it, the people in your office, they don't think your life is possible. They think it's impossible.
Yeah. What's your secret? What's your secret? I'm not telling you. No, I worked my ass off for 2 years, and now it's time for me to go the Charlie route.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
on board 100%.
yeah. I love on my people. I'm top of mind and
That's right.
influence them to trust me. Just do that.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah. I want
I
to
need to
start
put.
I want to start a movement that's hashtag never outbound.
Well, that's good. Oh, I started the no buy tour.
Oh, did you?
So in love with it. I'm so in love with it. And I did it with one client, and they were like, "This is bizarre." I was like, "Yeah, but it's fun, right?" And they were like, "It's totally more fun because I know you're not here wanting me to buy something. No, let's just go look around."
Right.
They loved it.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
buying.
Yeah. Oh man, it just boosts their trust so much, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome.
I love that. I love that. Mind blown. They're like, wait a minute.
Yeah. You say what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to pull it into some expired and FISBOs, something around the same philosophy of,
Yeah.
the no buy tour. Try to put some. My brain's not functioning at this moment, but it will be soon. I'll be human again soon.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe.
So I don't know if you know about this about me. Please don't take advantage of it. When you mention a problem like that, I have to start solving it in my brain. And Jessica and Brad are
I
laughing
like.
because
I
they,
like
they
it.
know this about me.
I like it.
Uh, I, uh, uh,
I just
I
got worried about you actually because when Stacy said expired and Fizbo's like, Charlie he starts to shake a little bit and it has like a reaction.
yeah, yeah. Like what occurred to me, I was like, oh man, I wonder if there's a way to do the do not buy tour. Like it's like, can
That's
we
right.
revert?
That's what I want to do. Like they've already been hurt, obviously, which is why they're doing this. So if there's no pressure out there, why wouldn't they want to reach out to me? Why wouldn't they want to talk to me? Why wouldn't they
Yeah,
want to use me?
Well, I'll tell you that the for sale by owner one that I use that is similar to the do not buy tour is that you're calling and you're just saying, hey, I'm just checking in with you. I saw your home online or wherever, it's wonderful. And I'm just wondering, I like to keep a lot of the inventory updated for all of my buyers, even the off-market inventory that's not, on the regular MLS, or is not, represented by an agent. And I'm just wondering, can I keep your home in my inventory as available? And they're like, well, oh, what? Of course, yeah, you can. And I'm like, great. And do you mind if I just take a look? Because I want to actually know what I'm talking about when I see it. There's obviously no obligation, but I need to know what I'm looking at, when I'm telling these people. And it's just a way to get in there to where it's like, oh, and then you go over there, and when you go on the appointment and you look at it, you say, great, and then you say, and then you start to put in the regular, you go, gosh, that's the only thing is like, how many people have you had showed, so far? And like, gosh, it's just, after all the people that, say they're going to come and don't come and all that stuff, it's a little frustrating. But the best thing that you can do is to really, pre-qualify them. Do you have a loan officer that's pre-qualifying your potential buyers? And then they say, no, I don't. 99% of the time they do not have anybody that's pre-qualifying. Say, well, my loan officer partner does it for free. Whether you use, me or somebody else, or you sell it yourself, it doesn't matter. But at least you have a clear picture of the, your options with each buyer, so you know that they're qualified. And it's a way that you can even do that before you even show it, if you wanted to. In fact, a lot of agents do that. You'll see that where it's pre-qualified that way. It saves you a lot of time. So you're giving them a lot of value all the time. Like, hey, can I keep it in my off-market inventory? Because I want to show my buyers, and they're because all they say every single time is like, do you have a buyer? Like, well, I don't want to say I have a buyer for your home because I haven't seen your house. I don't want to lie to you, but I do have a lot of buyers that are looking for something similar to what you have, and I would like to keep that on my off-market inventory.
I like that.
So it's just a way. It's a way to get in there with the for sale by owners,
Right.
because
I wonder if there's a way to like have like a really detailed playbook of like, here's how you need to market it. Here's, the photographer, here's what you do, when someone says they're interested, here's how to handle the like basically, like have like a detailed playbook. And I'm just making this up as you go, but this is my first thought, to be like, hey, here's my playbook on the best thing to do. You can't hire me right now. I'm actually booked up for the next 2 weeks. But here's my playbook, and if you got any questions, please let me know. And just tell them you can't hire me even if you wanted to.
Right, because that's gonna make them want to.
Right.
Stacy, know your stats. Know your stats. How many escrows fall out? Just say, hey, approximately, 50% of all transactions are they fall out of escrow, that they don't close, or 75 or 15%, whatever that is. In California, it used to be very high. When I was doing this with for sale by owners, it was like 40% of the transactions were falling out. So, when you tell them that, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, you mean after I get an accepted offer, they could fall out? And say, yeah. And then you just say, in fact, these are the most common reasons they fall out. And then you just you label off the contingencies, and don't worry about trying to remember these, the loan, the appraisal, the title, the home inspection, the seller disclosure. Don't worry about trying to remember these. I actually have a little packet for you. And then you just go to ChatGPT, you take your contingencies that are in your contract, say, hey, take this attached contract and do a 5th grade analysis on each of these contingencies. And then you have a document there, right? So that explains all the contingencies and how that relates to them, and say, hey, just, in fact, most of my transactions, I have a 99% closing rate, or whatever your closing rate is for your listings. Know your number there too, and say, and this is why I do that, because I know the paperwork so well. In fact, so again, more value for them once you get in the door, but the biggest way to get it.
Where do I find that number for like my area? For the amount of for sale by owners that, fall through.
No, no, not percent of for sale by owners. You can just do just transactions in general, like all transactions. That's easy to find
Oh,
on your, you can just, just start use a search, just use ChatGPT or Grok or something, and then,
gotcha.
so that'll be helpful. But again, to get in the door is the off-market inventory, and also, do you have somebody pre-approving your buyers? Like that's just a free service with my lender partner. All these things that you're giving to them for free. It's just stacking the value. It's like probate is so much just like for sale by owners. It's like I love probate and been very successful in probate trust sales, but for sale by owners, like as soon as I learned probate, I was like, oh, this is just like the reason I did so well is because I focus on for sale by owners all the time. That's all I was doing was calling them. I mean, that was like I rarely say this, but I was like a master at it. Like I would go and I would call them and I would get those for sale bonus. The most toughest agent was like, "How'd you get that guy? How'd you get that guy?" I'm like, dude, I just offered most of this stuff for free.
Got it.
And my suggestion is going to be go deep with your sphere first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only give like an hour to the for sale by owners because I'm like, I'm either gonna have good conversations, but one of them actually said I made that appointment, but that's because I liked her decor and asked her about where she got things and
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. So how many clients are you working with right now?
well, right now is a little difficult, because of family. So, but I think I have 9 listings. One just closed, so 9 listings, and I have 3 buyers coming into town next week.
Imagine what you'd do if you didn't have family stuff.
Right.
Where do you
Yeah.
get your listings? Where do you get most of your business?
Referral.
Oh wow, good job.
Thanks.
That is it's like the Mandalorian says this is the way.
Yeah. Well, the first 2 years I did 2 open houses a week, every week. Never took a weekend off. So now I've met Charlie and he said, chill out. Work smarter, not harder. So I'm trying that, and sometimes it's very stressful. But I'm learning. I'm learning.
Yeah. So are you able to take 2 hours off a week now or something? Have you been able to take some time off?
Yeah, actually, my whole day, like 8 to 9, is all phone calls, and then 9 to 12 is I walk on the beach every day with the dogs, and then either do yoga or Pilates, and then my team gets me after 12.
Nice. That
Yeah.
is so bad.
So really, it's an hour a day, unless I go on an appointment.
Right.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And you had 2 people call you this week just wanting to buy. Is that right?
Yes, one, yeah, they're both buying. Yep,
That's so rad.
it is
Yeah,
very
my
cool.
mentor, he was like, he gets off work every day at 3, runs his own business. I think I've told you he's a painter. Been doing it for a while, and he'd be chilling at his house 3 o'clock and be like, Charlie, you're addicted to chaos. You got to learn how to be bored. You got to learn how to chill out. Like, have you been doing this for a while? I was like, yeah. He's like, does it always work out? I said, yeah. He's like, do you have enough money for the next month? He's like, yeah. So learn how to be bored. You're good.
Yeah, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But it's not fun. I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah. I love that. That needs to be a
Yeah.
shirt too.
Yeah,
It's not
I'm
fun.
either not doing it right or I'm not gonna do it. If I can't figure out how to make it fun, done.
Yeah. I love that. I'm gonna highlight all sorts of these in Fathom. And yeah, please create all these t-shirts that I can put on T Fury.
But Stacey, you said something that was interesting. I mean, there's like, remember, like we were talking about this, Charlie and I, the other day with a team leader, and it's like, this is who is Referrals While You Sleep for? you know, and it's not it's for you know, an agent that has been in the business, you know, that has been successful, right, and is wanting to make themselves free, you know. And this was the hardest thing. I mean, Charlie will tell you, like, the intervention he provided me. I mean, because he was talking about the intervention he had with his mentor. Because I mean, you know, people are like, oh, it must be nice to sit on the beach during the day. I'm like, dude, you have no idea how hard it is for me to sit on the beach, because I'm like, I was addicted to my cortisol, my own cortisol. You know, I'm just like, I got to keep going. I got to keep going. And because that's that's the lie that we were sold. We were sold, it's
Yeah.
like, it was all that 1950s, keep grinding, keep grinding. It's like, yeah, and absolutely, you have to do that at the beginning. Like, you know, to get the plane off the ground, you've got to get the momentum. But, you know, and it's so possible. And I fought Charlie on it. I mean, for the first year, I was like, dude, no, you still have to do this. You still have to do this. And as I just like let it go and really, you know, leaned into the referral business, I was like, okay, like, I get it. Because I mean, I was the Mike Ferry guy. Like, I mean, I was on that file cabinet with those list of numbers, those 6-line reports, banging those phones every single day from 7:30 until 11:30 every single day, like clockwork. And that was for like the first 6 years. And then I just, you know, I kept, you know, doing the same thing. And so anyway, good.
Yesterday was the first day I took the walk on the beach and I left my phone at home.
Oh, wow.
I know. I was
Excellent.
unreachable for like 30 minutes.
God forbid, you know.
Right? And I got home and I was like, huh, nobody called. The
Yeah.
world continues.
I just have to share with you guys that I've been, you know, hardcore on this, all this marketing and the by referral only. And, you know, I love this, obviously. And I had messaged somebody, you know, for my annual review. And I just found out yesterday they passed away in October. And I'm
Mm.
kind of grieving from it because I didn't really reach out to them for, you know, I was like marketing. I don't know if you guys experienced this, but I didn't really reach out to them because I'm so on top of my game, you know, doing what I need to do. I don't know. I don't know how to do it all. But
I
I
think
feel
you have to let go of the fact that you have to do it all.
well, I just wish I reached out to this person, you know, on a more personal level. I looked in the previous text and it was like, hey, you want to talk to me about your equity? You know, just like, I don't know. That's how I feel today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
that sucks. That actually happened to me about 4 months ago. I was like, "Hey, Mike, how you doing?" And his son texted me back, like, "Yeah, my dad passed away." And I
Oof.
was like, I mean, even now, I just think about it, I'm like, my freaking stomach sinks. It's like, and I was like, "Shit, what am I doing?" You know,
I know, right?
you know, like, what am I doing in my life? Like, I just like, did I really like miss this guy? Like, you know, and but you know but that's exactly why we're here. It's just like, because we actually do care about our clients. You know, we're not steamrolling it over everybody and like, F you, I'm just getting the next deal. Sorry, you know, no any other questions. You know, it's like, we don't do that, you know. And you know, it's just, and just, I there's no solution, Carolyn. I mean, but I can tell you what I did is that I sat with it and I just felt it, and I was just like, this sucks. And I just sent out lots of prayers and sponged my heart out to the guy and his family. And yeah, but but like Stacy said, you can't do it all. There's, I mean, it's, you know, you can't do it all.
About 2, 3 weeks ago, I got an email from a past client, and I send her the postcards, and I did a transaction with her parents, and she reached out to me, the daughter, and said, "Dad's not coming home from the hospital, so we need to sell his house. Can you help us?" So, and I liked her parents. We got along. I helped him install a French door in his house and did different things. We had things in common, you know, contracting and stuff. But it was hard to go to the house being empty because mom is in memory care. She don't know who her kids are. Dad has been in the hospital since December 26th and probably isn't going to go home. And this house is just like they left yesterday, you know, and now the kids, the two daughters, they got to work on getting this thing put, you know, cleaned out and finish unfinished things around the house. And all you can do is help and hug, you know.
And that's why they called me. Their mother called me. 92-year-old mother called me crying because her son moved her out of her house, and she wants to go back in it. She wants my help to get back in her house.
Mm,
I will help with that because I got to get the tenant out. But
yeah.
it's still a shitty way to find out.
You know,
I care
yeah.
about the person.
Yes.
I consider them a friend, you know.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that's the problem with having a lot of friends.
You know, we wear a lot of different hats.
Yeah. My friend, you know, and that's, you know, for me, I mean, that's why I work the way that I do. You know, I've got a really good friend. He's going through a divorce, and I know them both, help him get their house. And like, I'm so grateful that I'm not spending 20 hours a week doing outbound calls, that like I can be present with them. You know, I remember when I helped him get their house, he worked with on tips, and it took him like 2 years to get their first house, you know, and now the house has kind of gotten ran down, and he could wholesale it and lose 80 grand in equity. But, you know, the fact that I've got the ability and time freedom to be present, um, and, you know, like, this isn't going to be a quick sell, because I'm going to help rehab it and renovate it and deal with, you know, the divorce situation. Because when I got into real estate, I was so I might get emotional here, but this is true. Because I ran my web business, and my web business, I had clients all over the world. I grew up here, but none of my clients were here in Nashville. And I'd lost contact with a lot of people that I'm close to. And when I got into real estate, I was so grateful that, like, my friend Alan, I've helped him now with 4 deals. He's got 2 kids. I've got a gang of kids. You know, we're busy. And when I'm able to help him with a real estate deal, like, there's like 90 days to a little bit longer where we're like really in close contact. You know, I get to find out his 5, 6, 7. I get to see his house. I'm talking to him and his wife and see his kids. And like, I get to be like really, really helpful and valuable. And I get to like spend a lot of time with him. I'm getting paid to be connected and really help him. In a way that, like, I just know, and the people y'all are on this call because y'all are the same way. Like, we take care of our people the way that most transactional agents don't, you know. Like my friend with the, you know, going through the divorce, most agents would stick a sign in the yard and say, this is how much you could sell it as is. And I know we're not like that, but that's really common. And so, but what happened is I was getting so busy chasing, building a team, you know, getting 20 leads a day. I did that at one time. And then my uncle, he needed me. And I was so exhausted that I couldn't help him. Like, I was burnout, exhausted. And, you know, he hired another agent, said, you know, you're my nephew, I love you, I'm gonna make the other agent give you 50% of it. But like, I need more help. And actually, I talked to my mentor, the painter. He was like, what was your part in that? And my part was, I was so busy chasing strangers, I couldn't be connected to the people that, like, I wanted to be connected to. And that really kind of just, you know, I talked to my coach. I talked to Joe Stump, and Joe was like, Charlie, just talk to the people that you know, like, just connect with them. And that was like, you know, around 2018. And so now, like, I'm really, that's one reason I Like I only call my people because I want to love them. I want to see how they're doing. I'm known for telling off-color jokes. So I'll call and just tell them an off-color joke, especially my buddy Alan. Um, and my marketing, builds my influence, keeps me top of mind, so that when they call me, I can solve the problem. When I hear a problem, I got to solve it. So like for my buddy Keto, um, I'm like, all right, how do we solve all this to get you the most money? And that's where I was. I was burnout, too busy. And I was like, there's got to be a better way. And so I feel like in some ways I can only imagine. But that's I think that's the offer, to really serve the socks off of the people that we love and stop chasing and, just serve at a really, really deep level. Because when they come to us, they trust us and we can guide them. When I'm chasing, they're pushing, you know.
Well,
So sorry that you're going through that.
Charlie, I just want to say thank you because I was able to let go. And like you, Carolyn, I just lost somebody very close to me. I was able to leave town and not worry about chasing all these other people. My sister is in a coma, and I'm able to every couple days leave and go to New Jersey and not worry about it. And my phone still rings and I still have a conversation, but being able to be there in person, last year I wouldn't have been able to do it mentally or physically.
Yeah. Where's
I
my-
know how we got deep here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop or I'll cry too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fresh out of tears.
I need one of my kids to run down and say some silly Pokemon joke. Getting all dusty in here. And
And then,
thank you for
and then the crazy dreams hit. I don't know if you guys have crazy dreams. Crazy house dreams, snakes
oh yeah.
going into the house and snakes everywhere, snake eggs. I gotta find an exterminator. I get anti-venom from the hospital for rattlesnakes to give to them, to help them. It's like crazy.
So this is kind of woo-woo, but my wife used to always have these dreams that she was battling snakes and cutting, like killing them, slicing them with swords, and they just keep coming for like years. And a few years ago, we were talking to someone, they're like, snakes mean like a new birth, like there's a new thing. And
Eggs.
and truly with that relationship, like I'm always trying to move forward and she's always kind of wanting to hold on to the past. And like her big realization was, holy shit, I thought I was trying to protect us, but I was just scared to move forward for this new beginning. And that was a few years ago. And of course, now we've gone to Costa Rica and Puerto Rico. And so maybe there's a new fresh start for you. Maybe there's a new beginning happening. I'm always an optimist.
Yeah.
And boy, was that woo.
Sorry, guys. I just thought, share because, we reach
Glad
out
you
to
did.
people. And
No,
Huh?
I mean, I love it. Thanks for sharing.
just to remind us to reach out to people,
Well, it's
that care
I
about.
think Charlie has something there. I mean, because it could be something like, I mean, there's always something like, like Tony Robbins says, when the pain's great enough, you'll make the change. It's like, a pain like that, it's, I don't think there's any coincidences, sometimes it's just like, oh my gosh, like that, I'm in, now you're doing the buy referral only. It's like all the tools are there. Like and what's super cool about it is the actual real estate agents. When you go there, I mean, I was in shock, like, just like, oh my gosh, there's no egos, they're not beating their chest how awesome I am, and it's just like, it's so refreshing because you're like, oh, these people actually are normal and they actually care about people, and I never saw. I mean, I've been to like every real estate event on the planet and every self-help seminar for every thing out there, and it's just like it was really cool. It was a really cool circle of people, and it just came at the right time for me, where after God was trying to show me a couple times to make changes, and then after a couple feet of intestine were removed, I was like, okay, still wonder where those went, like if some dog's chewing on them right now or something. But anyway, yeah, it's just that was
They
it.
go into biohazard. They don't sell them on the black market. In case you were really wondering.
I was at Fight Club movie in my brain too much. That's like what really happens with all that stuff. But
That's
anyway, yeah. But no, it might be a good change for you, Carol Ann. And I mean, just embracing. Yeah, I mean, it's just like keeping it simple is really what it is. It's like the simplicity. There's complexity is the enemy of execution. Is like if you aren't getting much. I mean. I remember the thing was for me was like I had to look back and was like, man, I was programmed, I was programmed that like I had, and even when I look back, I had a tremendous amount of referrals, but I wasn't even in that mindset. I was like, oh yeah, that's just give me business. I need more, and it helped me kind of introspect, like why, like and then what I broke it down to was I had a fear of money. Like when I broke it down, I was like I was scared. And so the only thing that helped me get past that was the quality of questions that we ask ourselves determines the quality of our life. And so when I asked myself the question, I said, has there ever been a time when you haven't been provided for? And the answer was no. Like I always got what I needed every single time. It always came to me.
Thanks.
So now I'm going to do the warm because we just try to break things up a little bit. But no, yeah, the wave. There we go. I think we're just Stacy just started the Zoom wave.
Hey!
I don't know, everybody's screen is different, but I love it.
That made me think. I don't know if you guys would be able. Carol Ann, Darcy, Dale, are you going to San Diego in April?
No, I'm going to be in Fiji.
Oh,
Darn it.
I'm sorry.
Is it a by referral only seminar or what?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm going to make it one.
I don't know about it.
yeah.
When is it?
Oh, you gotta come. You gotta come.
Let's
go, Darcy. Darcy, let's go.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. I'll be there. Cassie's coming with me. And I'll share this.
Who's putting it on?
It's by referral only, so it's Joe. And you will meet, I think it's fair to say, Dale, Brad, you will meet the best room, the coolest real estate agents and lenders that I've ever met. This is this is the room.
Have you been before?
From this time, Referrals Away Sleep was really birthed out of this room, this mastermind.
How come I don't see it on the upcoming events?
It's probably under Brovance.
You're probably not meant to know about it.
Well, you know what? We'll you know what? So Jeff will invite you. If you guys aren't in Brovance, that's okay, because it's like it's there's, I think, I don't even know how this all works, but I think it's like there's a regular member, then you have Brovance, and then yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought you said bromance, and I was like,
It sounds like that, right?
Really weird word.
what?
Yeah.
Weird word.
Brovance, like
Bromance.
advance.
But you're not a part of the bromance.
Right.
In the romance crowd.
So Brovance has been going on for I don't know, at least 10
years
years.
now or something?
And they had limitations. You had to make a certain amount of money for consistently for a certain time to be invited. You were only invited into it. Now, with people retiring out of the business and aging out of the business and stuff, they're trying to rebuild it back up. And they had it limited to about 100 people, 110, 120 people. And so now they're opening it up for more people, and you don't have to meet certain requirements. But it's not a cheap date. You know, you got to get your airfare and rent a hotel room and stuff like that. And then there's a cost, but you can join it just for the day, and you can do it via webinar as well.
Hmm.
And
So we can
but
seminar, even though we're not in Brovance.
Well, I think Brad,
it's kind of an introduction. A lot of people that show up for the first time do join Brovance because they see it's a next level training. And the people you meet there, I've gotten 2 or 3 referrals already this season from other members in Brovance, you know, around the country that are people buying or selling in my area. So it's worth your money. And we used to meet every quarter. Now we meet twice a year after COVID. And you can do it online, but it's well worth your time to meet the people and show up and just introduce yourself. They're the friendliest people in the world. And their hands are out to you to help
Is
you.
it just one day? I can only see one day on here.
It's just one day. It's on a Monday.
Oh.
so
And I
So-
would typically show up on Sunday, and the way the flights work, I leave Monday night to come home. I don't
Well,
spend
you
the
could
time.
come, Darcy, you could come for the weekend before and hang out with me, and we'll drive down there and then fly out of San Diego.
that's a great
Have a
idea.
girls' weekend.
How far is the drive from your
An
house?
hour and a half.
Oh,
No traffic. No traffic.
Yeah, so what me and my wife are gonna do, sometimes we take the family and stay for the week before, but we're flying in Sunday and hang out with people. Usually we go out to dinner that night, and then we have the event during the day, and then I'll fly out Tuesday, so we'll go out to dinner Monday night with the people. And I often, like, truthfully, I would not have been, I'd not still be a real estate agent if it wasn't for this group, because everyone is like who y'all hear. Like, I've heard and I've seen a lot of real estate agents, they keep all their secrets to themselves. Everyone here shares freely, like whatever they're doing, it's open source. Like, everyone shares what they do for marketing, what they do for events. Like, they actually collaborate together. And you've met like Allison Click, Dana.
There's some heavy hitters that show up here and they share, you know.
So how much is it to go to the event?
You know, is it $4.95 or something like that? I don't know.
500 it
give it-
says.
He
I
doesn't
just
give a
pay-
discount for members?
I just pay annually.
What do you pay annually?
You just sign up under the Brovance tab.
What is it, like 2 or 3 grand or something annually?
It's a lot less. I think it's $1,500 or $1,200 or something.
What does that get you?
Well, then you get monthly meetings with Joe as the group of Brovance.
Gotcha.
And I think it's about an hour and a half once a month. So and he's just, you know, the cool thing about Joe is he's always ahead of the curve. So you're getting that, you know, and if he hits the nail on the head, you're ahead of everybody else. Just like this book thing, you know, we're so far ahead of everybody else. Cool thing. I don't do anything with it, but you've heard of Next Door.
Yep.
And I saw a guy posted here. He inherited a house. He's on Social Security, gets $1,900 a month. He has no money to do anything with, and this house is in a reverse mortgage. And all these people are chiming in. And I looked him up, and I just went and sent my book and a letter that I wrote off ChatGPT and mailed it to him, rather than try and solve his problems online, which you can't get enough information. And, you know, we'll see if it works. But without that book, I couldn't have done this other than just send a letter. And how would he have known if I'm somebody trying to scam him or not? And with the book, it gives authorization, you know, the authority that, hey, I'm doing something. And so if he's comfortable with me after receiving the book, he may reach out. If he doesn't, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, and then when you're calling them, how much different are you positioned when you say, "Hey, I'm the guy that sent you the book"? You
Yeah.
know, they're like, "Oh, oh yeah," I mean, that's
And
basically that's the key. That was a key to the lock for so many of my transactions. Just like, "Oh, I'm the one that sent you the book." Oh, oh yeah.
yeah, yeah, it just stands out. So that's, with Brovance, there's been a couple times that I didn't feel it was worth my time, but overall, it's well worth my time. And it's always better to show up because you're going to get the collaboration.
It's a pretty cool group. Plus, it'd be great to meet y'all in person. That's
Yeah.
that's where me and Brad and Dale first met in person. And
Charlie did a really cool thing years ago when he had one of his newborns. It's on a harbor, the hotel is, and I don't know how you found this, but he rented a boat, a crew, a yacht, and he stayed in the yacht rather than the hotel. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
that was pretty fun. That was pretty fun. Uh, yeah. Um, and my goal with referrals while you sleep is eventually I'd love to have 1 or 2 times a year that we have something like that in Puerto Rico. Um, so that's keep that in the back of your mind because there's just something. It's great to be. There ain't a lot of agents that are like us, and it feels like it's nice when we get together. But that's a great group. It'd be great to see y'all. And Brad, do you think you could reach out to Jeff and see if he could give an invite to Caroline and Darcy?
Yeah, yeah, I'll talk to Jeff because I sent him a message that you joined Caroline. I was like, oh, take good care of you. And then I didn't know Darcy joined until Charlie told me. So I was like, I tell you, you guys are. I mean, I'd either be in a box or I'd be like, miserable. Like if I
I
didn't
would
have.
not be in real estate if it wasn't for by referral only today. No question in my mind.
There was nowhere else to run. I was just like I ran everywhere else, and I was the Buffini, the Mike, the Tom Ferries, I mean, Tony Robbins, everything, every training that Hoss Pratt. I mean, you can name it. I've done it. I checked it out, and it's like, I mean, since 1996, been doing this. Like I was chanting at 1996, like at the Mike Ferry seminar. I was like, this is the place. But yeah, I'll good idea, Charlie. I'll reach out to Jeff, see if you guys can get in there and don't have to pay for anything.
Thank you.
Me too.
Stacy too. Awesome.
Stacy, did you have you joined Referral-only?
No,
Okay.
I thought I have no idea. Send me info.
Okay,
I don't know what it is.
okay, we'll get you set up. We'll get you set up.
Yeah.
And by the way, we don't make any money off this. Like it is, I mean, it's like it's not like we're like, yeah, join this so we can get some some affiliate money.
I didn't even know what by referral only was until I joined this group here. I've always done Tom Ferry, Brian Buffini, and I switched because of their CRM, really, because Tom Ferry is the greatest coach in the world when it comes to way above the social media. He's TikTok. He's the guy's everywhere. Whereas Buffini's stuck in the old, Popeyes. Right note, that's it. So, but they all offer something different. I was doing Brian and Tom, and they definitely complemented each other. But the by referral only system, their CRM is really good.
And
Yeah.
I think all of those guys, if you've got history with them, I think if you tie it all together, you're on.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, Dale. I totally agree. They could
What do
all
they use for
complement.
CRM? Curious.
There,
What's that?
there,
Mhm.
there-
Called My Clients.
My clients.
it's their CMM. They CRM. I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a copy of
Kind of very
somebody.
creative things. And I just had what was it? The thing about the cherry tree went out, and I had so many people contact me. I got your email about the cherry tree.
It's
a little bit
brilliant
more
copy.
meaningful.
Yeah,
And
it's
the
brilliant copy.
birthdays, yeah, the birthday emails, very special and geared to that particular person if they're born on that day.
Oh my goodness! Please send me the info.
Yeah. We're gonna get you signed up. Hey, yeah, we'll get you signed up. Stacy, put in the chat your email, and I'll get you. We'll get you set up. Hey Charlie, can I share the idea about the how when you're need to get a bunch of videos?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great.
So I was helping an agent with this the other day. Super good friend of mine, Pete Middleton, mega luxury agent here in San Diego, and I was like, he's the definition of scheduled. It's just so funny, and I'm like, okay, I got to get some videos. I mean, and he has tons of videos, and I'm like, okay, well, your assistant is like dealing with your 7 listings that you just came into town for a few days and got. Like he lives in Nashville and San Diego. I mean, he lives in Nashville, but he's built his business here, so he does luxury there and here. Anyway, he's super busy. So I said, hey, let me talk to Harry because we had the same videographer and photographer for our listings. And I was talking to Harry, and I had this idea. I was like, "Oh, this is perfect. Like, you guys have all of your you've done videos and pictures for your listings, right? Like when you go and you do those, most agents have those, or you have a relationship with your videographer. Go and get those and upload those into your Dropbox because right now, I mean, just traditionally, this spring season, April 15th through mid-April through mid-July, people are putting their home on the market. And if they're seeing what you're doing, like on the video, like, for your presentation or for your listing, it's like, oh, I want them to do that for my house. So,
So
it's,
do I have to be in the video? Because I have all my videos, but I'm not in them.
oh yeah. I mean, like, so I do a tour, like I say, hey, come on
Yeah,
in.
I need to do that. Okay.
Yeah, I say, hey, welcome to this, because and it's funny, like it always. I did a test. I always get more views if I'm leading them through versus like a virtual tour.
Okay.
Because I'm telling them like, oh, hey, make sure to check out the Matterport. This will lead you through it. But I'll go through the rooms for you, and then I do stupid stuff, try to like make it more interesting. But yeah, that's just an idea like of right now, like okay, how do we get more listings right now? Like let's get some business. That's an idea.
I love that. So I wanted to, so I had a plan today. I was actually going to share, I had a training on how to do a really good case study about a client. We could still possibly try it. What I'd like you to do is if you got the ability to write something down, write down like 2 or 3 clients that you're like really happy that you helped. Like when you think about it, like you really just solved a big problem for them. Think about that. Who are the people that come to mind, Stacy?
So I just had, well, not just, I have an elderly couple that needed to move closer to doctors and families. So I helped them move out, and then I did a bunch of updates to their house, and now I have it on the market. But they were difficult because I had to do a lot more stuff than I normally would do. Like everybody kept coming in the house saying, "There's no agent that does this." I was like, "I'm aware." Like I was packing boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was probably the most recent. Then the other one that comes to mind is I have a client who lives in New York and he buys investment properties. And then he renovates. We do a full demo and reno so that his condos look completely different than everybody else's, so that they rent. They don't look like a hotel or anything normal. But I do all that for him.
I love that.
Yeah.
That.
I don't get paid any more money for it. It's just fun. But
Yeah.
then he uses me, for everything he does. So
And that's real value. I mean, you help him make a lot more money. And one of my favorite thinkers is a guy named Naval, and he says, find stuff that is work to others but play to you. And
exactly.
Carol Ann, who comes to mind for you?
I'm just thinking of my most recent trust sale and my divorce sale, because getting people out of the house is an issue in both of those scenarios often. And I helped situation, navigate it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's many, but those are the ones that just are
I love-
freshmen. They just closed.
What about you, Darcy?
So one of my biggest successes are divorces. And ironically, I was in a system where I had about 5 right in a row of people getting divorced. All of them had kids, whether it was a baby age or teenager. So most of them were not amicable.
Yeah.
So I help people physically move. I help people replace water tanks. I help people front up all the money. So yeah, one of my targets this year, and I haven't done it yet, is divorce attorneys because of my success in the divorces.
Yeah, I love that. What about you, Dale?
Oh, I was just looking through the list, and one of them was a sale last year where we had a contingent offer of multiple offers, and then the listing and sale of their home. The another client was the one where the buyers never saw the home because the seller wouldn't let them in, and we got top dollar out of that.
I love that. Brad, would yours be a real estate deal, or would it be a referrals while you sleep story?
Oh gosh. Now I had to think about that. I just did what you.
For a loop. All right. So who was the real estate deal that you thought about?
Yeah, I did what you asked. But
Thank
I have 3 people. But you know, the first one were these people that I had sold a home to in 2010, and husband and wife, super nice people, and their daughter was the same age as mine. She was 2 at the time, and they just like they just scratched into this house. Like it was in a great neighborhood, just like at the like it was not easy, and not an easy transaction, but they got in there. I think they paid like $650 for it at the time, which was a real stretch for them. Joost and Sana, that was her name. He's from Holland, and so I told them, like, they came to me, and they said, we got to get out of San Diego. We got to get out of California. Like, this is getting kind of crazy. And so we're going to go to Connecticut and get a farm. And we're thinking about selling. And I was like, well, I did the 5, 6, and 7. And I was like, okay, well, this is probably not a good idea for you, to sell right now, because if you're thinking about coming back, good luck trying to get back into the market.
Right.
So I just told them I got them hooked up with my rental guy, and they rented it out, and they just came back to me again. I did another 5, 6, and 7, and they're like, no, we're done. We're going to be in Connecticut for a while, and then we're probably going to build over there, and we want to sell. So I just felt like that was just most recent. It was top of mind for me, because I could have been like, oh yeah, just get rid of it, just get rid of it. But now, so in that time frame, from the time that I said don't do it till now, that was $250,000, that in equity that they gained from that time, conservatively.
Right.
And considering it's worth 1.8 right now, and they bought it at 650, there's that. So it's like just to see these people have a higher level of freedom, and it was really fulfilling for me.
I love that. Yeah. And so I think what I've got some referrals while you sleep clients. Another story similar to yours, Stacy, that I love, but going along with it, for me, it's a client that they, I love helping people move up to their next home. The people I mentioned to earlier, Alan, he had he wanted to move to a new home in a neighborhood where I already helped him get a rental. And so I've got this whole move up system where he was able to get a HELOC, use that for the down payment to buy the new house, then sell his house, and then dump the money back on as a recast. And so it's just so much more peaceful doing it that way. So that's what I would do. And maybe next week I'll share this kind of way to do that. But if I could have any suggestion, is that you know, when you start out, just ask, you know, if I was doing it with Stacy, I'd be like, hey, tell me more about this guy who you helped completely renovate their home because it was needed. Tell me more about that. And then I would just listen really well to find out what I found, what I was curious about, what I was interested about. And I just keep asking questions because I found these interviews are great, not when I have a script, but when I have like one or two really good starting questions and I follow my curiosity. What am I really interested in? And I think of it a lot like surfing. I've probably shared this before. I'll share this one slide. I'm glad that we went a different way. But you know, it's a lot like surfing. You know, you kind of just paddle out, you know, like, tell me more about that. And then when something, you know, is interesting, just start asking questions. It's like the conversation catches, and like catching the wave. And then just ride that curiosity, you know, like really enjoy the conversation. What I found is a lot of times I forget that the tape is rolling. And then as it kind of dies down, you know, then you're going to have, hey, what would you tell someone else facing a similar situation? How could they reach out to you? And because Tim, you know, last week asked for some, you know, questions to ask. And so I've been thinking like, what is it that makes these duo videos magical? And what I've seen is the best ones really follow this out. It's really like surfing the wave, where you're present and you're following your curiosity. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. I love it when it makes sense.
Yes, it does.
All right. So can anyone not do a duo video? Because it is time for that. We're actually running a little late, so I apologize. But
Sorry, my fault.
no, it's I'm glad that it went the way it did. We're in real estate. We better be flexible.
Yeah, me too. I love just the natural talk. I mean, the duo videos are awesome, but just the talk to, you know, I mean, I learned so much just when I'm able to jump on here. I learned so much from y'all. Grateful for that.
Well, we wouldn't be here without you guys.
All right, well then I am going to set up, I'm going to stop this recording here.